أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما. So Assalamu alaikum everyone. Continuing with painting a portrait of the Ibadur Rahman that we have been doing over the last few days, today we will look at verse 73 of chapter 25, Sura Furqan, which points to another characteristic of these sincere believers. The verse says, "And they who, when they are reminded of the signs of their Lord, fall not deaf and blind against them." And scholars explain that the falling deaf and blind refers to the act of falling down, to snore, to droop, as if the person were bored or inattentive, or did not wish to see or hear or pay attention. In other words, it is ignoring or being inattentive to the message being conveyed, the opposite of paying attention. The Quran mentions spiritual deafness and blindness in other places and remind us that we can have eyes and ears, that we can still have the sound going in and still be deaf. We can see with our eyes and still not have the insight to truly see. So truly God-conscious people are those who are deeply desirous of understanding the message. They want to learn. And therefore, it is said that they listen to it with wide-awake ears and look into it with seeing eyes. Because they're connected to the all-compassionate and trust that all instructions that come from Him are for their ultimate benefit, they are eager to hear any truth or message or see any sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they know that it will help them reach their goal. And so they act not out of some superstitious belief or on a superficial level, but from a firm conviction that this is what is right, this is what is most beneficial, because it comes from someone they trust, from someone they worship. They don't just ignore or perform the ritual of hearing or seeing Allah's verses. Instead, through their ears and their eyes, they gain insights which are deep and profound. And this is why they are able to see beyond the immediate and remain steadfast in going towards their goal. They are fully awake, aware, mindful. And so whatever they receive by a way of kindness, it makes sense to them, they absorb it and they implement it. And as many of us are attending more closely to the Quran during this month, let us ask ourselves if there are some commands or instructions that we have been resisting or avoiding. Can we relook at some of these and see how we can take baby steps to implement these verses in our lives so that we are among those who attend to His communication and are not in the group of people who are falling deaf and blind to the message of the most compassionate. So inshallah, I will see you again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.